Social Psychology Session 2, Autumn M. Reyes, 8/2 of 2020. So what is web-based social cognition? Web-based social cognition is how we process information about other people in a web setting and how we interact with them socially. As noted earlier, the growing use of technology has led to increasing research exploring the manner in which various social psychological phenomena are enacted in the cyber world. For example, which cues online are used to form initial impressions of others. Sabates, 2012. The findings suggest that there is some consistency between first impressions formed in response to observations made in the real world and impressions based on information found on web pages. Sabates, 2012. Information found on a Facebook page can inform our impression of people, whether they are smiling or not, if they have a good biography, if they have lots of pictures. They can be indicators of the person we are interacting with. Cultural perceptions. The lens through which your brain sees the world shapes your reality. Burrell. Culture also shapes what we see. I may see something through the lens of being a straight white woman from the South, whereas someone else may be from a different culture than me, whether from another race, a different part of the country, male, not straight, or even a different country altogether. All of these shape how we see the world and is our lens through which we see it. This causes me to see other people through the lens of my own experience. I may see myself one way and someone from another background may see me totally different. This does not mean that either of us is wrong. We are just forming opinions based on our cultural reality. Perceptions across cultures. Different cultures see things differently. I may view a nap as strange or something for children or something for weekends. Whereas the Latin culture would suggest a siesta as necessary to daily life. Life is not the same for everyone. Everyone experiences life in a different way. To try to make my perception seem more important would be unwise of me and even foolish. I decided to look at Japanese culture as a culture I don't know very much about, and I found out some interesting things. In Japan, wearing shoes inside is not done in most places, whether it be temples or restaurants or people's homes. Shoes just aren't considered clean because they've been outside. Whereas in America, shirts and shoes are required in every store or restaurant you go to. In Japan, they find it important to slurp their noodles. In America, that's seen as a sign of childish eating, but they slurp their noodles to show that they are enjoying it. Japanese people bow in greeting. In America, we would shake hands and smile, but bowing is seen as a more formal greeting in Japan, and is more culturally appropriate than shaking a hand. And in Japan, they find business cards to be very important. In Japan, when you give someone your business card, they will look it over and admire it and go through the steps of seeing what it's made out of and all of those things, and then we'll put it away in a safe place. Whereas in America, we may view a business card as just something to grab and put away. It's something that we may use at some point, but isn't very useful to us. And my biggest surprise was the fact that there are no shoes inside in lots of places. Whereas I know that that was the case in Japanese homes. I didn't realize that that was the case in other places as well, in terms of temples, restaurants, some businesses, where they may have slippers for you to use instead of wearing your shoes, again, because it's seen as dirty and bringing the outside into a place of business or a place that you would eat. My changed perceptions. I found out that most of what I thought was correct about Japan But if I ever go to Japan, I should study up on the culture in order to be a good tourist and fit in as much as possible. Um, in general, it's something that I should do better at, and should definitely decide on the cultural norms of Japan before I were to go there, so that I can be seen as a good student of their culture, and so I can be seen as a good tourist, even though I would stick out like a sore thumb with my blonde hair, and blue eyes, and pretty tall. So I would stick out, but being able to follow the cultural norms would bring me as much social niceties as possible. My references are the video How Culture Drives Behaviors and our textbook. I've enjoyed giving this presentation today. I hope you enjoyed listening, and I hope you have a great day.